All right. Yeah, we're live. Here we go. What's up, everybody? Thanks. Welcome to episode 8 of TNP Hockey. Thanks for being here. It's so nice of you to be here. I'm excited for today's guest. Personal friend of mine is 21-year-old beauty. Is from Delray Beach. Wow. I don't know why you would ever move from there. That's sick. Delray Beach, Florida. Currently playing with Michigan Tech. Ollie or Oliver?
Whatever floats your boat.
Okay. I'm gonna call you Ollie.
Elite Prospects has both of them. So.
Okay. Is it? I've asked you this a bunch of times. Is it Bezick or Bezick or?
Bezick.
Okay. Just terrible introduction. But thanks for being on here.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
So what have you been up to?
Just working out, getting the knee healthy, running or skating, and then like a physical therapy, like knee rehab lift every day. So just at the gym 2-3 times, and that's about it.
Yeah, you've been grinding that out for a while, right? Like, can you what happened to your knee, and how did that all happen?
Yeah, so I tore my ACL on July 20th, and then I had ACL reconstruction with a patellar tendon graft August 4th. So yesterday was the 5-month anniversary, and there's always like milestone and checkpoints that you have during rehab. So I just been at school grinding away at it in the morning before class, at practice, and then after practice, just doing everything and anything possible to help me in this process to get back on the ice and help the boys out.
Yeah. My brother's been going through the same thing, like with his shoulder, kind of rehabbing, and I'm sure, has there been times where you're like, man, it's not healing or not going the way that you want it to or as quickly, and you're like just kind of highs and lows of the recovery?
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, once you get out of surgery, you can't like extend your leg or bend your leg very far. So like that initial shock factor of, wow, I can't use my leg, or like I can't put pressure on my leg, I can't use it, is like really hard to wrap your mind around unless you've gone through it. And then like coming from that mentality, be like, hey, I go in the PT in 3 days and I have to be able to do a full rotation on a bike. Like having those, like the mental side of it is probably the hardest thing. Like be able to trust it, have confidence in the knee, have confidence in the leg to be able to perform at what you want to do. And then honestly, like, because I've put so much time and effort into it, and I've worked with our physical therapist, I've worked with like kind of a mental coach we have at school to not lose that confidence in it. What I'm able
That's amazing.
what I'm able to do physically and governed by the surgeon, governed by the physical therapist, I have confidence in, and it's just a matter of, all right, I can start to jump. Like jumping feels really weird. I can only jump a couple inches off, to like building that inch to a foot to 2 feet. Just kind of knowing when I'm able to start something like running, it's like a really, really slow jog. It's not like running anymore. And so building that confidence, building the strength, building the functionality in the knee, in the leg. Then yesterday I ran 2 miles. So like I know when I'm able to jump, I'm not gonna go back to having like the 32-inch vertical. It's I'm gonna have a couple inch vertical and I have to build from that. So kind of a huge humbling experience, but all like athletic movements and all the exercises and all like everything in that world and that realm is just like ground zero, and I have to build up from it. But other than that, it's like been pretty smooth. I mean, the worst I've had it was when I had to move into school and it just flared up on me, and the PT said my knee was angry at me. So other than that, it's not smooth sailing, but I've been pretty diligent in putting my time into it to where I have a good relationship with the knee, as a matter of fact, right now. So happy for that.
Yeah, that's good. The main people you work with, like you're back home right now in Michigan, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there like people you work with while you're home and like also at school?
After surgery, like the surgical center had a physical therapy place upstairs, so I just like went there for operation physical therapy, which is huge. I didn't know that was a thing. Just get that range of motion, get swelling down to make the first couple of days of recovery easier. So I have my physical therapist down here. And then at school, I have like a physical therapist. Like I said, Mrs. Sarah Dow, have the mental coach who blessing in disguise. And then I have a strength conditioning coach, Tyler Shalast at Michigan Tech, who's also an assistant coach. He's unreal at his job, knows everything about the human body, and has worked with ACLs luckily before. So, but yeah, taken care of very well. And then, I mean, one of my really good friends' mom's a physical therapist, so I always just text her with questions or random things throughout the day, like, "Hey, why does my knee hurt here? Why do I hear it clicking?" And her response is always, "You just need to show it a little TLC, or this is normal. You can relax." So yeah, I have a really good support group around me. And then obviously like the guys in the locker room, they know what I'm going through. Cash Rasmussen, another freshman, he's had an ACL reconstruction. So he always talks about his journey and my journey. And then all the guys are super supportive. None of them luckily have gone through it, but they know how tough surgeries can be. And Jed Pietola, he had a shoulder surgery similar to your brother. So he knows how like you kind of go through it. And then I don't want to say luckily because you never want to like see anyone go through it, but we have another freshman, Casper, who he's from Finland, and he just had his second shoulder surgery, but he should be getting on the ice here full tilt soon. But being able to like go through rehab with him and like kind of being in the same boat as him has been nice mentally to have like that person with you. Other than athletic trainer Nate, who's a blessing, going to him every day, having him work on the leg, work on the knee. So yeah, I have a really good support group around me, and without those guys, I don't know where I would be or what I would be doing without them.
Yeah, no, that's huge, and just I mean the same group of guys that you're talking about. I'm sure it's like, man, or most of them are freshmen. Are you saying? Because you're a freshman, right? You Cash. Are you saying as a freshman is Cat?
Yeah,
too?
it's kind of serendipitous. Like our freshman class is super close, and two of the guys who I lean on the hardest, Cash and Casper, I know, a little tongue twister. They also have new freshmen. And then Jed Pietola, he's a junior. He went through shoulder surgery last year. So being able to like lean on an upperclassman as well is kind of nice. But everybody shows their support. Everybody asks how I'm doing every day. So just knowing that the guys care is a huge mental boost to come into the room every day and like, no, I'm not alone.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure like the group of freshmen, you just showed up, like you probably committed, you're super excited to get there, you're just like want to play, and something huge like that happens. So it sucks, but it's pretty cool that you have like a mental health coach helping you out. Like what are some of the things you guys like talk about? How do you utilize like the mental health coach?
Yeah, so I'm lucky at Michigan Tech. We are able to have like that mental health and wellness advisor, Miss Sarah Dow. So one day I was kind of in the dumps because I know I've worked my whole life to go to play college hockey, and then in the matter of a second, freshman year kind of just gone out the window. So I finally realized, hey, like I'm going to reach out. It can do nothing but good for me. Have conversations about it. And we just talk about like mentally accepting the injury and how it can be a blessing in disguise, that type of deal. And then mental strategies and kind of mental drills to not allow self-doubt in, to not allow a lack of self-confidence in, but rather like be able to build confidence in myself, in my game, to be able to like have better self-talk. So you don't kind of spiral down into a hole when like, oh, I couldn't run this time today. I couldn't jump this height today. And kind of from there, just kind of, like I said, spiral down into a hole to where you have zero self-confidence in you and you want to like give up or isolate yourself. So kind of steering the opposite direction and leaning on the people that you can lean on, building those mental strategies, those mental drills and that mental toughness is a huge part of it, to know that you're okay, know that you're fine, know that you're going to come back better than this if you put in the due diligence. Just kind of like building those foundations, building that structure. So at the end of the day, when I'm back and when I'm cleared to play, I'm a mentally tougher person, and I have a whole new perspective on the game and on myself as a person.
Dude, that's awesome. And it's cool. We've known each other for a while, but just do the way you talk, and you're like, yeah, you matured a lot, and you're crushing it. So it's awesome. I'm excited for you to keep getting better and stronger every day, and then see you ripping it up on the ice. It'd be sick.
I appreciate it.
some point when you're back on the ice, dude. I'll be the Ollie super fan. I'll paint my chest. I'll wear the Montreal Expos jersey. It'll be sick.
Dude, the Expos, the Expos need their whole podcast on themselves on how great of a team they were, but how they fell short because kids cried and yelling at us.
Yeah. Just that for anybody that doesn't know, how we kind of know each other and met too is through the Blums, which, they're out of Michigan too. They run Simply Defense, like hockey camps, and they're strictly shooting. But Jeff, right, has that backyard built like this sick wiffle ball thing. And so we had the awesome chance to get crushed by some, 12, 13, 14-year-olds in a wiffle ball World Series.
There's an asterisk next to their victory on the trophy there. That's for sure. There's some speculation on the rules and how fans interacted with us that game, but massive wiffle ball tournament. You would never expect it, but you go to this house, you go to the backyard, just massive wiffle ball field, like really beautiful. Has like a scoreboard and a press box and 400 people at a wiffle ball tournament. Sure, how are you? Like, kind of cool.
Yeah. What was I say? And so Jeff's brother John, right? Is your mom and John, are they married?
No, they're not. But I think in some states back in like the early 20th century, they're deemed common law for tax reasons. But no rings on the fingers yet. But it's been 15 or 16 years, so, and they're happy. Nice. So more power to them.
Yeah. What are your mom and Blummer up to?
I think my mom's kind of upstairs just marinating. Wednesday she works late. She's a dental hygienist, and then so maybe she'll come down here. But Blummer's been at Fraser Hockey Land, the best land in all the lands, probably for 4 hours now since 5:15 here Eastern time. He's probably, I don't know, he's probably painting a locker room or yelling at somebody for something that he didn't do. But he's a beauty, and he's just making that place go around.
Yeah. That place is sick. Have you been to any of the Fed games there or no?
I was. New Year's Eve, I got back from Florida at like at 11, and I went to a Fed game there at 2:30. So loud. People were going nuts. It was kind of fun to watch.
Was it a pretty good experience?
Yeah, I mean, to see Fraser's, they have like that stadium, right? Seats like probably 3,500. There was probably 2,000 people there going nuts. I think there's like 3 fights in the first period, like four goals, 3 fights. It was nuts.
That's a lot of action, dude. 4 goals, 3 fights. That's sweet.
Each fight just happened after the goal, except for the first one. It was fun to watch.
On the was it like on the next face-off, or like did they score and then right away just got in?
No, one of them, the guy was like skated by the bench, probably said something, and he got like arm barred off the bench and fell, and then there's like, yeah, it was an experience to watch, that's for sure. And then they had that awesome. Trav for Oilers, like the hockey personality YouTuber. He just left though to get I think it was hip surgery, but he was making the Motor City Rockers. He put them on the map here on social media, so I know a lot of the guys on our Michigan Tech team know about it.
What's his name?
Trav for Oilers. It's like his YouTube and social media name.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, he's no longer there. He's getting hip surgery, according to his vlogs. So sad to see him go.
Yeah, that stinks. Just injury galore on this. I feel like that's the theme of this show. I was looking up your Michigan Tech's roster and some pretty cool like kids. You know that Nardella at all? Because he's an Illinois guy, and his brother Bobby played with him a little bit at it's like a charity tournament here. I think he's playing for Hershey, but what's his name? Is it Blake?
His brother. The kid on my team. Oh, I don't know.
The kid on your team.
His name's Nick Nodell. We sit next to each other in the locker room.
Nice. Stall mates, stall buddies.
Oh yeah. I always like ask him how Rosemont's doing, and because when I stayed at your house, or when we went to that like health club, it was in Rosemont, and he said he's from there, or lives there now. So that's really good guy. Oh
Yeah, I
yeah.
knew he was from around this area. So he's a junior.
Yes, he's a junior.
Looks like he's doing pretty good. So he kind of one of the go-to guys.
I mean, it's crazy to like think about it, but like we have a couple of guys who are just producing a lot, but on any given night, any game, anybody through our roster can produce and like be the hero for that night, which is kind of nice. But our whole junior class, it's like him, Ryan Mosley, Brett Thorin, just like right off the hop, have been producing at a like outstanding rate. Like Brett Thorin just got like CCHA Defenseman of the Week, and Moser just been producing out the wazoo lately. I think he probably leads our team in points, but our whole junior class is so strong, and hopefully they all come back next year for when I'm back and have a good year.
Yeah,
again.
That's awesome. And kind of like what you just mentioned too. Like I'm looking at this, like the stat sheet or whatever, and yeah, it's pretty deep. Like it looks like almost everybody's contributed, which is huge.
Oh
right?
yeah.
Like you said, on any night, like anybody can be a hero. So that's awesome to have.
Oh yeah. I mean, from Kyle Kuknin, a freshman, drafted to Anaheim, no big deal. He's doing unbelievable. Cash Rasmussen
He's gonna
guy
be
who had
Zegras' line mate or what?
maybe he always brags how he's in like a group chat with him. So I think
That
that's
is
how he
sick.
introduced himself to me over the summer. He's like, "Hey, I'm Kyle, by the way. I know Trevor Zegras." But and then you go to his dorm room, he has like his draft jersey hung up and a bunch of Anaheim stuff. Yeah, but anyone on any given night can produce or can score a huge goal. So it's nice to see everybody contributing rather than just like top three guys. And we have depth throughout the lineup, which is very fun to watch.
Yeah, for sure. And another question I had on the teammates is, do you have two teammates that are twins?
We do. And then kind of funny thing.
Please
so we
tell
have
me
the
they're
two
like
twins.
Please tell me they're like a circus, like just I don't know, super funny, and they play off each other and just are the I don't know the jokesters
Yes.
of the room.
Yes, you have Logan and Blake Pietila. One's a goalie, one's a forward, both seniors, and definitely they joke around with it. I mean, I think I admitted to them a little while ago. I couldn't tell them apart for the longest time, but like now I got it going.
Oh, they're identical?
Identical. It's tough. I remember over the summer, because we were up there from May to the end of June, start of July. I couldn't tell a difference like at all. So I just kind of said, "Hey man, hey guy." Like couldn't tell a difference. But at our Halloween party, like Logan wore a name tag that said I'm Blake, and Blake wore a name tag that said I'm Logan. And if you asked me a couple months ago, I just would have called them Blake and Logan as it was and wouldn't know the difference. But yeah, great human beings from the bottom of earth, genuinely nice guys. Love to have fun, love to marinate in the hot tub pre and post practice. So.
Marinate on.
Yeah, and then
in the middle of the locker room, they go down top of the
I think some of the guys wish, but no, it's off to the side. But speaking of Blake, unbelievable season. Unbelievable goalie. He's saved us so many times, and we're able to crawl ourselves back into games. And just he makes saves that normally would just mind boggle people. 3 or 4 of them a night, just make them look like clockwork. But lucky to have him and his brother Logan, who's playing pretty well, playing pretty good hockey so far. So, and then we have Jed, who's a cousin. And then Blake and Logan's younger brother Chase is coming in next year. So it's been a tradition at Michigan Tech to have a couple of Pietilas, and throughout the whole city of Houghton, that last name is just ingrained in the roots. Like our chiropractors, Phil Pietila, our like kind of like assistant student manager, strength conditioning coaches, Jimmy Pietila. Those two are brothers. So a lot of Pietilas up there in Houghton. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Like that's a household name. And thank you for also saying it, pronouncing it, because I was gonna butcher it if I tried it.
Oh, it's like down because they're all from like the Howell area, Howell, Brain, which is like the west side of Michigan. They say like Patilla, and then you go up to Houghton, they say Pietila, and genuinely they said you can pronounce it Patilla or Pietila. I don't know.
They don't care.
Really They don't. I like depending on where you are in the state, it's like where they pronounce it. So it's no Bezick or Bezick, or it's just Bezick. You should have known that, but it's Pietila or Patilla.
Oh, thanks. Appreciate that. couple other things, like some of these names, they look familiar or whatever. Have you played like with some of these guys too, like Evan or some of the other guys from Michigan too?
Never played with Evan, or I played against him in junior for a little bit there, yeah. But he's done Simply Defense. I've had camps and he's coached Simply D, but he's just a local East Sider here in Michigan and played the Caesars. So if you're from the East Side, you're like around my age, you know who Evan Orr is. But he's coached like Blummer's camps before too. So I've known him for a while now.
Okay. That's probably why it seems familiar.
Yeah.
Cool. I don't think there's anything else, but thanks for the breakdown of the locker room. You got to be, just based on your personality, are you like one glove boxing in the locker room? Are you like pretty funny? You try to get everybody going or what?
I don't know about one glove boxing, but I don't know. It's weird because the injury. I'm never really like in the locker room with the guys getting dressed, going on the ice. Now that I'm starting to skate, I am more, but typically I go to the rink, like go warm up, whatever, and I go straight upstairs for PT for an hour and a half. Then I come back down, the boys are on the ice. So I don't get to be a big locker room personality yet. But we do have some fun interactions with the guys, and I'm a little kind of off to the side doing step downs or hamstring curls until I puke while the guys are getting dressed. But no, we have some big locker room personalities right now, and just a good group of guys, a lot of laughs. Even after a tough day of practice, a lot of laughs. Guys don't take too much seriously, but we dial it in when we need to. And yeah, a lot of fun things happen up in Houghton.
Yeah, and it looks like a pretty good, crew too, as far as like how the team's doing. 12-6-3. So probably like some pretty good battles, but you guys are right there. So it should be a pretty good season.
Yeah. I know at the beginning of the year, a lot of people, CCHA pre-standings kind of like wrote us off of having a huge freshman class, a huge senior class, because last year team did really well and it carried by a lot of seniors like Trent and Briss, Brian Holland. So those guys all graduated, moved on, and now we have a huge freshman class. So a lot of people put us not to do that well this year, but we got that inner dog in us and can't take any credit because I've been helped out, but the boys have been doing an unbelievable job this year, just finding ways to win. They might not be pretty, but at the end of the day, a win's a win, and it goes in that left-hand win column. So the guys are grinding it out and doing a fantastic job at it so far.
Yeah, and I wouldn't say that you're not doing anything. You're a huge moral support guy, so you're bringing that to the table.
Just bring the optimism and positivity, and
and just get the boys buzzing. Be a buzz factory.
Like Nards and Moser, I sit next to those guys in the locker room before every practice that I'm in there with them. I just say, "Hey, did you hear the rumor?" And they're like, "What rumor?" I'm like, "Today's gonna be the best practice in MTU hockey history." So
that's awesome.
And they always come back and say, "Bezzy wasn't a good one. Got bag skated or got kicked off the ice. So maybe got to stop that." But it's the rumor. I don't make it up. Somebody else tells me.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good one. I got to keep that in the back pocket. But just so you're from Florida though, just to kind of like get into how you got to where you're at. You're from Florida. How did you get into hockey?
The story is to be debated depending on which parent you ask, but this is what I'm going to say. I think one of my brother's friends took him to a Florida Panther game because where I'm from is 20-30 minutes from where they play. So one of my brother's friends took him to a Florida Panther game. He's like, "I want to play hockey." And I was like, "I want to do what my big brother's doing, Owen." So I think I just wanted to play hockey and just kind of kept with it.
Okay, nice. And so did you play out of that, what is the ice den? Was that pretty close to where they were at?
Yeah, if you're not familiar, Sarge here did have a backhand spinorama goal in nationals at that building back when he was with Robert Morris. I had to throw that in there, but I did play for the Junior Panthers for a bit there.
Totally forgot about that, dude. That was ancient history.
I heard, yeah. Can't forget
I scored
about
at nationals.
that, though.
It's not a big deal.
Backhand spinorama. posted in far side, but who's looking? No, yeah. So I played for Junior Panthers there. Played for the Glacier Sharpshooters, coached by John Blum for a while, and then after my 8th grade,
is that the guy that hit Wayne Gretzky?
he is. If you Google John Blum hits Wayne Gretzky, it's like on YouTube. It might look like pixels, but you can make it out if you squint, like kind of look at it from an angle. But so I went, and then when I was in the 8th grade, I kind of went to my mom with a application to a high school here in the east side of Michigan. I was like, "Hey, mom, you want to go to Michigan?" And luckily, she was like,
"Is that the North Broward?"
No, North Broward. Just that's a funny story. So Ollie Bezick, longtime NHLer, Thomas Volkun, back to Borak, like these guys, staples in Florida hockey history, and it's like the NHL. They just coach at a high school there because they were trying to bring like a good hockey culture to South Florida, which they did for a while with South Florida Hockey Academy, and then North Broward Prep, which is a high school. And they just like approached me one day and said, "Hey, do you want to like come to Rochester, New York with us and play in a tournament?" I was like, "Sounds cool." So went, did that. So that's probably what you're looking at. No, but the thing I'm talking about is like De La Salle was my freshman year. So I played high school hockey my freshman year here in Michigan, luckily. And my mom's a blessing, but she came and agreed to move to Detroit with me and John Blum, which made it easier because he's from this area. So I don't know why, but she agreed and haven't looked back since.
Yeah, it all kind of like, it's crazy how it all worked out, but it probably worked out for the best.
Oh, yeah.
So you went to DSL. Was it just the 1 year?
Yeah, just my freshman year. Won the state championship. So I had to throw it in there.
Okay. Well, you did?
Oh yeah, we did.
I honestly didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's sick. Was it? I don't know. Would a lot of people come to the like games? I know like it kind of depends, right? Like Minnesota high school hockey, huge. Illinois high school hockey, not that big. Where's like Michigan high school hockey compared to I guess other leagues?
I don't know, maybe like in the middle of those two. It's not the high. It's like not as big as Minnesota high school hockey. Obviously, that's the god tier when it comes to high school hockey.
Yeah.
But like it's hard because like huge football school as well. I think they've won it like 6 out of the past 9 years, something like that. Absurd. They just keep winning. But if it's like a Tuesday night against like a random high school, maybe not many people are coming up, but against like the bigger high schools have a nice little studie section. And then most playoff games had a good crowd, especially the students, which is all you kind of care about. It's like the guys that you know from the school who are there. But yeah, it was really fun, great experience. Still talk to the guys today. I went to a high school hockey game a couple of days ago. Just kind of supporting the alma mater there, even though I didn't graduate. Going back, seeing guys, still friendly with the coaching staff. Just a lot of fun and got some good memories from that year. And it was also cool because I was a freshman, so little maturity swing because most of the guys that year were seniors and juniors, so a little bit older than me. So coming in, I was like 14 years old. We have 18-year-old seniors or 17-year-old, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
Kind of big maturity swing from this little kid running around in Florida to like East Side, Michigan high school.
Yeah.
I guess totally different lifestyles, totally different cultures. So got immersed head first, just thrown into the fire.
Isn't the way the story goes like I think I heard this before. You walked into the locker room and you found like the first D-man. You're like, oh hey, I'm taking your job. I thought that's what happened.
I don't know who told you that rumor, but I can guarantee I did not say much in that locker room. I just kind of kept my own business, and then hung out with the JV kids afterwards. Kids that were freshmen.
There you go. They're more your age. No, that's awesome that you won state championship. Where was that at? Was that where the Red Wings play?
No, they always do it at the USA Hockey Arena in Plymouth, where the NCAA plays. It's always there in Plymouth. Yeah.
Never been there. Is it a pretty nice rink, or is it kind of just like a standard setup?
That's a pretty. It's like the facilities are unbelievable in there. Rink wise, little bowl, typically like most junior places. But then they have like the Catholic Central, another high school, a big rival at DSL. They have an Olympic sheet on the other side. So there's two sheets there, but the whole building itself's like unbelievable inside, really beautiful. Has like the history of USA hockey in there. So really cool place to be and play.
That is, yeah. Especially seeing that as like a freshman, I'm sure that was sick. And then so you win state, you do some beer showers, and then you go to Little Caesars. Like how did that happen?
So John Blum, obviously you keep repeating him, guy who hate Gretzky, kind of like my stepdad. He's intertwined with like Detroit youth hockey through and through. And so one of his good friends and a guy that I've known for a little bit named Bill Cirillo, he was a coach of Caesars. And I think Blum's like, do you want to play spring from? I was like, sure. And then spring turned into, do you want to play in the fall? I was like, of course. I mean, little kid, like you always see Caesars bags going around, right? Especially from Florida where you don't play against them. You just like know of it. You get the USA Hockey magazine, you see like there's always like Caesars or Honey Baked on the cover for when it comes to youth. Now that Mission as well, but so spring, and then he said, "Do you want to play in the fall?" So then I just had to call up the high school coach, tell him, "Hey, I'm going to play for Caesars this year," and then went and played for Caesars and had a fun year, fun experience.
Yeah, that's good. And then it doesn't look like you played a ton of games. 12 games, and then the next year you played at Honey Baked, played like a lot more. Was that when I came to see you in Chicago when you were playing for Honey Baked?
Yeah. I don't know why the Caesars on the EP is like so low. We played the same amount of games as Honey Baked. I don't know if like the HPHL, which the league Honey Baked said, like just kept actual stats. Because I know you can go on like the HPHL website, and I think that year like Caesars was independent. They weren't tier one, weren't HPHL. I could not tell you what they are now, but same setup both years. But yeah, you came to Chicago, or I came to Chicago, and you came out when I was on Honey Baked, I believe, because I remember I went out and it was like probably 30 something degrees. I didn't have the hat on, and Blummer ripped me for it, so I was gonna get sick. But
yeah,
and you were there.
It was awesome watching you because I think that was the first time I've seen you like actually play a game. And dude, are you a righty or a lefty?
Lefty.
I forgot. Lefty, dude. I think you were the man, like wheeling the puck up on the power play and stuff like that. And dude, you were like pretty calm, patient with the puck, and like making all like the right plays. And I was like, dude, when did this kid grow up this much? Because like sometimes people will try to force plays, and there's a couple of times where you're like, nothing's there, and you did the smart thing of like turning back, and I was like, dude, that was sick. Like small, simple plays. It was great to see you do that. So after you played AAA, you went to juniors. Did you know where you were going right away? Did you have to do some like camps? How did that all go for you?
To this day, I find my like junior hockey experience to be the funniest thing in the world when it comes to like what team I picked and like how that whole worked. I remember on Caesars, I got approached by a junior coach or a scout, whatever it may be. He was like, "Have you ever thought of playing junior hockey?" I was like, "Sir, what is junior hockey?" Like from Florida, no idea what it was.
Actually,
I thought you applied. Like if you wanted to play at Michigan Tech, I thought you applied to the school, and then there was just posters around the school that said hockey tryouts August 27th to the 29th. Like I had no idea how it worked, but through Honey Bake, did pretty well that year, so was in contact with a lot of teams. So I went out, practiced with a couple, and had some opportunity. And then I was like in contact with Michigan Tech a little bit at that time, and just kind of seeing the standings of what teams are doing well. And other than that, it's kind of hard to get to junior places, so you can't really go like just kind of scope it out. So Rocky Roost with the Amarillo Bulls was like, "Hey, do you want to come here?" So I was like, "Yeah, sure." And then another like coach from, I think my mom's coming down, but I heard her ice and water. But another coach that I'm like familiar with in the short area, Chris Corey, legend. He's said he's known hockey since before I was born. He just said that's a good place and it was a great opportunity. So I went there the next year.
Yeah, that the guy that approached you and like was the first time you ever heard of junior hockey. Was that the guy from Amarillo, or was that did
No,
that come like later on in the process?
Amarillo was like later on in the process, but I have no idea who that first guy was. Now that I just remember I asked him what is junior hockey.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Like, you didn't know did Blummer play juniors at all?
No, Plummer, high school to Michigan, tried out, walked on. So that's how I thought the process was.
Okay, so University of Michigan, and then played in the CHL, AHL, and then he played. Oh, I didn't know he also played for Edmonton. So he was playing with Gretzky, and then he hit Gretzky. So that's just rude. Played for Boston, and then played for Detroit. So it's kind of all over. He's got a great, pretty good career now. I'll post that video. It's a great video. Just ancient hockey when they weren't wearing helmets, and he blows up Gretzky. So great video.
And they had to fight like 5 guys going to the box apparently, but it's not in the video. So who knows what the truth of that night was?
That's funny. How were the seasons at Amarillo? You guys like did pretty well. Was it fun? Was it everything you like thought you wanted it to be?
First year was definitely like a little wake up call. I know I was one of the youngest kids on the team, so go in there, a lot of older guys. First 10 games, right? I got like scratched twice, and then from there I was able to build myself up to like being consistent in the lineup, not really getting scratched, but that was a new thing to me, like scratch, because I know high school AAA doesn't happen. So like first 5 games, right? You just kind of have to pay your dues, and then start doing well, more playing time. The leash gets longer, more responsibility. That year was so much fun. We barely lost in regulation. Like we just went into games just like knowing we were gonna win. I think I forgot how many regulation losses we had, but it wasn't many, and I think half of them came in the first 2 weeks, and then half of them were like last week. Yeah, not many losses there.
Oh, did you leave? Or not leave, but did you go to Amarillo while you're at Honey Bake to play a couple games too?
So like I signed my tender, however that works. Then there's my mom, and then just went there, and he's like, "Do you want to come play a game?" I was like, on spring break of high school. I was like, I don't have any tests, nothing to study for. I think I just brought my ACT book down, went there, practiced for like a week, played a couple games, and that season. So I was kind of familiar with some of the guys coming back. But yeah, back to like my first actual season, the rookie year. I think we lost a couple games in the beginning of the year, a couple games in the end, and then just on a true heater, and then COVID. We were in Alaska, and then COVID hit.
Getting stuck in Alaska.
So I think we were at the Seattle airport for about 18 hours, just hanging out, getting Cinnabons, and so we went to Amarillo and then drive back to Detroit. So in a matter of a couple of days, so COVID put an end to a great year.
Yeah, that's miserable. So you were in Alaska, and then you guys flew like back to Seattle, and then was there like connecting flight or what?
Yeah, because Alaska to Texas is kind of far, so I don't think there's any major directs. We had to go from Alaska, Seattle to Dallas. That's John Blum.
There he is.
Who is that?
What's up, Blum?
It's fucking Sarge. Oh my.
What's up, Blummer?
And this man comes over. Oh, he's getting an important phone call with some It's fucking Sarge. Hey, Sarge, what's up, buddy? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. How you feeling, big guy? Good. How about you?
Jesus Christ.
That's awesome. Doesn't look a day over 25.
He said you don't look a day over 25.
Who, me? I know. Thank you. Everybody's been saying that lately.
Let's see those things.
I love Sarge. Not.
This is why I texted you beforehand.
Good to see you, Sarge. I can't hear you because he's got those bugs in his ear.
Give him one of those things. He'll probably eat it.
I mean, it might be a TikTok of that guy.
Man,
What did it say?
so nice.
So
His wife. Listen, look at this. So cool. His wife made
I forgot where we were at.
yeah, me too. I can edit this too. But you're saying you got stuck at
Yeah, I know. Like,
Seattle when COVID hit.
Seattle, because that's when all like the planes and everything. Because COVID just shut down just shut down all the airports for a little bit. Like, the NBA got canceled, the NHL got canceled, and then we're like, if the show got canceled, we're gonna get canceled.
Yeah.
And then we were in the airport. He didn't know if they wanted all flights out, but luckily they did. So he got home and went back, kind of packed up and went back, drove home to Detroit after that. So it was a pretty quick turnaround of like having a pregame skate or Thursday day practice because we play Friday, Saturday, and then season's over.
Yeah. I don't know which season it was, but I'll never forget the time. It was like right before Thanksgiving. I was actually taking a team to Detroit and, spent, I think it was, Thanksgiving with the Blums. And, dude, the guy behind you, the big guy, dude, we probably watched the clip of your goal. I don't know, maybe 30 times. He's like, no, watch this. It was sick too. I think it was one where like, I don't know, guy drove peeled up.
I got the puck on the blue line, little fake shot pulled to the backhand, like just went right around the guy and then shot it and happened to go in. I think that was my first junior goal. So that was kind of a nice one to start the career off with. I remember you called me a bunch of times. You called me, Jeff called me, he called me during that Thanksgiving little dinner, and
it's you were a big cowboy hat guy then. You embraced the full Texas culture, except for you're not wearing the cowboy hat anymore, huh?
Oh, I still got a couple downstairs, but I loved it. I got the boots, the jeans. My Bill dad was such a actual used to be a cowboy, used to be a little ranch hand, so he knows the ins and outs, and it's a fun culture. Got to experience it, and definitely gonna keep the boots and jeans for me until I can't wear them anymore, which I don't see happening because I look pretty good in it. So
and then so when you were in Amarillo the next year, did you get traded in the middle of the year?
I did up to Minnesota.
Kind of brings, and then you were billets with the same billet that Ivan was with, right?
No, so that was
or was
the
that
billets.
Amarillo?
That was Amarillo, same billets that Ivan was with down there.
Because he did just text me and he wanted me to let you know that he thinks you smell. So just
hey, my brother got me some cologne for Christmas, so I think we eradicated that issue real quick there.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
Some Axe body spray.
Gotta go through half a can just to walk out of the house.
Yeah. What but no seriousness, what was like being traded like for you? Did you
it was weird.
Blown away by it? You feel,
I saw it happening and coming. Just had COVID. Missed so much of the year. So it was kind of like not really part of anything that was going on.
Okay.
Kind of struggling to find my feet after I got it because I got it pretty bad. But I saw it kind of coming, and it's not a fun experience, but it happened, and went up to Minnesota there for a little bit. And that was kind of a weird situation. A lot of coaches went through that time. And then I just remember I didn't like it there too much. Met some great guys. The guys were good. Team did all right, but I didn't like the culture there too much. So then just kind of talked to the tech coach because at that time I was already with Michigan Tech. And so I called Joe. I was like, I don't like this program. He told me to get out of it. And then luckily, new ownership came into Amarillo, and I was able to speak with them a little bit. And then knowing the coach Harry Mahmoud that they got and all that, Joe knew him a bit, and he's like, that would be great if you can get there. And luckily, I just kind of asked if I can get picked up by there.
Did you fly or drive to Minnesota?
I drove long hours in the car there. Stopped in Des Moines, Iowa. Went to an Outback Steakhouse. The only thing I remember from it. Outback Steakhouse alone, like in February. But yeah, I drove there, and then I drove back to Detroit. So after the season, so a lot of mileage added up on the car.
Yeah, it's a long trip, and I'm sure that was an absolute grind. Were you doing it by yourself, or did you have anybody go with you?
Oh, by myself. I think I told my dad I had a buddy like fly from Detroit, so it would ease his mind. But no, by myself and my thoughts, and maybe a couple of podcasts.
Yeah. Nice. But did you go back to Amarillo, and are they now the Wranglers instead of the Bulls?
Yeah. So like basically new ownership. Like everything's new, not like the same. The only same thing is that they have the same locker room, same building. So went back there. Kind of funny how junior hockey works. Kind of asked to go there because of the coach at Michigan Tech said the new coach of that team he loved and was a good guy. So I was happy to go there, and I was blessed to be able to go back there because I had an unbelievable experience, good coaching, unbelievable group of guys. So a great year.
So you already had a relationship with the coach from Michigan Tech at that point. When did that start, and did you commit, and like what point did you know that you were going to Michigan Tech?
After my honey bake season, went out there for a visit.
Okay.
Fell in love with it, the facilities, the staff, the city of Houghton and everything, and good engineering program. That's what I wanted to go into. So school wasn't going to be like a problem. I couldn't like find my major or anything. So I wanted to go into the engineering world. Just, I don't know, Houghton's beautiful, especially in the summer. It's breathtaking. So fell in love with it. Kind of committed there a little bit afterwards. So I had that relationship going into junior. So if I had any questions on how I was doing or how anything worked, quick call or text to one of the coaches. Good relationship with them ever since. So it was good to have them like lean on him to kind of figure out and navigate myself through my junior career.
Yeah, certain situations kind of like lean on him a little bit, which is awesome. What did I say? So like the junior stint for you was more like continuing to develop and timing and making sure that you go in at the right time, or is that how you kind of like approached it?
Yeah, I mean, going in there, I had no idea like really what to expect besides like I'm here to develop, get better, and then go play college. Like I wasn't going in like a superstar or anything, so I just went in there with the mindset of getting better. Just wanted to improve my game, mature my game a bit because the jump from AAA to junior is a pretty big one. So I just wanted to mature my game a little bit, get bigger, stronger, faster because I had to, get bigger, get better to be able to play at the collegiate level.
Yeah. So now you're at Michigan Tech, but before Michigan Tech, you were also an academic stud in the NAHL. So how does that go? Like, do they give you a plaque? Do they send you a letter, or you just name shows up one day on social media, or what?
No, I remember our coach said, "Hey, you got to send me your transcripts. We're nominating you," because I think there's like me and 6 other guys in the league that were still in school. But got it. Got a big tag on social media, and then a pretty big plaque came in the mail a couple months later.
That's like just an academic stud.
Academic weapon, as one would say.
He can rip pucks. He could play simply defense in between the dots, and then he's right there doing his homework. We love that for you.
Like if you need to find the tangent line of a slope, I got it. So.
So is that what you're studying now? Is engineering?
Yeah. So biomedical engineering at the moment.
Jeez,
kind of fun,
what?
kind of exciting. The name's scarier than the major, but instead of building engines or building bridges like civil or mechanical, you just build bones. It's kind of like their slogan: we don't build bridges, we build bones. Really cool, really interesting. Kind of have like the gen ed engineering classes, so just math, Like so Calc, Chem. I took French last semester. You just kind of take it, had an open
Oh,
place.
all right.
We. What else? Calc, Chem, French, physics, engineering course, and all the labs that go with it.
Yeah, there you go. Aside from the schooling, is there any birds or tills in your life or what?
Something like that, when they come a little far and in between. So you're gonna have to be able to find one, lock it down. So when the snow comes a hitting, we'll have something warm to hold on to at night.
Yep. If anybody's looking, we'll put the post out and get like a help wanted or like an advertisement done for you.
Oh yeah, a little bird watcher poster.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you've been like rehabbing and getting better for a while now. Do you know, is there like a timeline of when you're gonna like be back?
Speaking with my surgeon, he was saying how I could get cleared in like a late February mark, but speaking to all the PTs and everybody else, everyone kind of like for ACLs, they want to wait that 9 months because that's when the vascular healing starts to be coming to proficient numbers and proficient percentages. So like that 9 month mark would bring me in the beginning part of April. It's kind of like the date, the set in stone date. So I'll probably be skating with the guys non-contact come late February, March, which would be great. But to go be like full tilt, full game ready and have that pure confidence in me, everyone like PT, surgeon, everyone who's dealt with ACLs always says 9 month minimum. So I'm doing well.
Yeah.
Strength, good, range of motion's good with it. Doing really well with everything that I'm able to do. There's still some limitations, like no hard sprints, no hard cuts. So what I'm able to do, I'm doing really well with it. So the surgeon wouldn't be surprised if like early February I can like get back on the ice with the guys, like no contact. But that April into and so my goal, my like the big goal is to be just like full game shape ready start of the summer training programs we have in May.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. And just based off of knowing you for a little while, dude, how smart you are. Like you know how to like trust yourself, the people around you, and like make sure that you're doing the things that you need to do, and then how hard you work too, right? Like you're kind of a dog in that sense. I'll never forget we were doing the camps, and then afterwards we were working out, and like we did this whole like workout, and then you're like, oh well, like let's now like go stick handle and like do that stuff and dangle each other. I was like, dude, my knees are killing me. I've been on my feet all day. Can we just relax? So dude, you're an animal, and you got like the right people around you. So I'm excited to see you come back and keep trusting the process, doing the right things and stuff. And I'm excited to see you on the ice. It's New Year's. I expect a hoodie, maybe a hat. I'll just wait for it in the mail. I'll hold my breath until it gets here.
Yeah, I don't think they have expedited shipping that's going to be there in a couple minutes because we all know your cardiovascular shape. You can't hold your breath for that long, but no, I appreciate it, and working endlessly every day at it. So hopefully you get back out on the ice here soon, and I'll send you a hoodie, maybe something. You look like a visor kind of guy, so get a visor or a club cover for the links.
Yeah. Also, we'll have to do this. We'll have to do this again, but I'll come up and see a game probably like next year when you're ready and you're going to be the big puck moving D-man and ripping pucks from the blue line. I'll be there.
Yeah, a little TNP day in the life or TNP. What do they call it? Game day visits. We'll get you up there and seeing everything and how it works.
Yeah, I got to start getting the media credentials. Start interviewing the players. Just be like a real Pierre McGuire. Just everybody's like, can you please get out of here?
You're on the bench and you're in the bars with the guys afterwards. So get the true media experience. Get to know the guys a little too well.
Yeah. No, but seriously, yeah, thanks for taking time to do this. Good luck with the rest of the year. We'll keep in touch, but good seeing you again, big guy, and we'll talk soon.
Always a pleasure. Thank you.
All right, bye.